Hey, what's up, everybody? It's JayViper here. Thank you very much for swinging by another video. Now, this whole Kirsche thing is still going, but what we're starting to see now is people are finding more information about who wrote the hit piece. This Valens character. Now, he is one of those people who likes to cosplay as a woman, and it's absolutely a kink. You can tell when you actually look at him, it is absolutely vile, the things that this person's doing. So I did a little more digging because a term came up when people were talking about Anna, and that term is POC-D. You don't want to know what it is, but we're going to get into it in this video. Anyway, to give you an idea of what we're going to cover in this video, I'm going to tell you right now that it all comes down to one thing, and that somehow this is all Asmongold's fault. And I'm going to tell you exactly why right after you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
JayViper is awesome. He's so good looking. He's got the crown in all.
So you're probably like, Jay, how is this Asmon's fault? Get to the Asmongold stuff. Well, we are going to, okay? But let's talk about a little bit of what's happening. And this is Kirsche saying this is exactly what happened a decade ago, and this is exactly what happened to Kabrutus. Now, we all saw the hit pieces against Kabrutus with the DEI detected, also known as Sweet Baby Ink detected situation that went on last year, and how he got absolutely dogpiled by journalists because he was making a list of games that were working with Sweet Baby Ink. How dare he, right? Valens slandered me and started an Ouroboros or self-referential journalism where they cite each other as sources for how I am some kind of evil Nazi who must have my financial security destroyed at all costs. Ouroboros is basically a circle where you can never find the end, okay? And that's absolutely what's happening. They want other more influential creators to read their lies and believe them so those creators participate in my life ruination. Valens threw the first stone. Valens went after me, went after my sponsors, took me out of context, and applied their own thoughts to statements I have made, claiming it was my beliefs. We see this all the time. They love to throw around the term alt-right, too. I mean, that's like their favorite, and Nazi and all these things. I was, and still am, facing a hate campaign perpetuated by a power-hungry ideologues with corporate backing whose only goal is inflicting life ruination upon me. Do not let them rewrite history and lie like they always do. Even those who disagree with defenders hardly respond effectively. Journalist Anna Valens, who has documented the rise of extreme right-wing groups and VTubing, is still facing a planned hate campaign instead of support. She is viewed as an outsider, a jealous journalist, or simply dismissed for challenging popular figures. But as you can see here, this is yellow journalism. I mean, if this came from an actual journalist website, there was no planned hate campaign. There's not an actual hate campaign. What this is now is documenting a journalist. And we saw this with Alyssa Mercante, who can't stand anyone who actually talks about her and basically how she lies through omission, and of course, like how she's a disgusting human being, and how people pretty much just call that out. And now, of course, she's suing Smash JT because people use her own words against her. Well, this video, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to use Anna Valens' words against him. That is what I'm going to do in this video, and I think content creators should do the same because it's very important to know who these people are who are trying to slander people like Kirsche and, of course, Kabrutus and others, because they don't stop here and they continue, which is why it's important to keep this up. I mean, this is what Gamergate is, folks. Gamergate 2, this is a huge part of it. And here we go. Here's some more. The journalists are not stopping. So one of the places this is stemming from is this article right here written by Anna Valens. He went on to write this article that was pretty much just a hit piece against Kirsche. Now, it has been updated to show that he has received death threats, because of course you have to preface this with these death threats that crazy people send you. I mean, there's crazy people on both sides, and when you do this, you're going to get these things. It's never the right thing to do, of course, but I mean, Kirsche isn't sending these people, and we keep seeing people saying that Kirsche is sending them. Kirsche is not doing this, okay? This is just random people who get angry and spurred out, right? Okay, so we have this hit piece here. But you know what? It didn't actually start here, because this hit piece right here happened on May 8th, okay? But that's not the beginning. April 21st, why is this gamer subs VTuber pushing the great replacement theory? And this is talking directly about Kirsche Versatile. And this is by Anna Valens. Anna has had it for Kirsche for a while. That wasn't even his first article. Now look right here. We've got gamer subs, right? So this is Anna taking direct aim at funding for Kirsche, right? Going for the pocket, going at sponsorships, trying to deplatform someone and ruin them. I mean, that is the reason for this. And that's especially highlighted with the fact that there is a second article that was written. And who knows if there's more. I haven't dug back through all of Anna's history. But why is all this happening? We're going to get to this, okay? Now, it is important to go back and see how things are going. Now, crime boss Rocky City, who is actually working with Kirsche, has dropped her because of this whole situation. Now, I don't know how lucrative that was for Kirsche, but again, it is a sponsor and it's someone you work with in the industry. And generally, that's somewhat important, at least for creators who, and of course, we got a live streaming here. So this is something that she focuses on. But now, this place, it's pretty much a dead game. No one's playing this game at all. It's completely, pretty much a flat line right now. But when you look over here, and you see all these threads, they're almost all about Kirsche now. Almost every single one is about Kirsche, or people saying to stop talking about Kirsche, or this is not about Kirsche thread. I mean, it is pretty much all it is. And one reason this is flaring up is because the thread that was originally about Kirsche was deleted. It's back. It was probably just hidden and reviewed, and now it is shown again. But, you know, the threads just started spreading like wildfire. And this is a very small community. And has the cancellation worked? As you can see, it has not worked. It has backfired. This is the Streisand effect in full effect. Now, this is Kirsche's YouTube channel. As you can see, was doing almost 100 a day. Really good anyway. And boom, 800, 300, 1,600, 18, 2,600. I mean, now we have Kirsche exploding. So, I mean, losing sponsorships, it isn't making much of a difference. It is only adding to what people know about Kirsche, which, again, Streisand effect. The Twitch channel is also seeing similar growth. This isn't somewhere that she really used a lot, but as you can see, we have a lot of growth in comparison to what was going on there before. Which brings me to, why is this Asmongold's fault? Now, you're probably saying, hey, Kirsche isn't here at all. Well, let's take a look at this, right? This is Rev Says Desu, and this is Asmongold. This is a 1.3 million view video. Now, they are reviewing something, a hater right here, that is talking about Asmongold and Rev Says Desu.
This is the problem that a lot of these people have.
This person's name is Food Shops.
This is one thing that I've learned about the internet, is that basically any sort of drama or anything like that happens, it's just people making shit up, and they don't actually even care about whether it's true or not.
Now, we see that all the time, right? But this video brought a lot of attention to this food shop person. This is very important to link this person to Anna Valens, and let me show you why. This is a video by Food Shops, or Food Shops was in, that Kirsche brought up to Rev Says Desu. Okay, Rev has gone on to talk about this, and I believe Asmongold did as well. But here is Food Shops talking about having something called POCD or POCD. We're going to get into this and why it links to Anna Valens, and why Anna Valens, I believe, is actually going after Kirsche. And it's not good.
Now, my lolly consumption is completely separate from the OCD aspect. At the time, the reason why I gave POCD up is
POCD. Gave POCD up, okay? I'm going to just tell you what POCD is. What is pedophile-themed obsessive-compulsive disorder? These are people who are attracted to children, okay? Intrusive, unwanted thoughts, images, sensations around children, not exclusively their own children. Fear that early experiences were signs of suppression of pedo, okay, PDF. Fear that common childhood sex play makes one a pedo. It goes on and on. If you want to go back and pause and read more, you may. I don't want to read anymore. It's disgusting. So this is Food Shops talking about their POCD. This was a huge discussion around Asmongold and Rev Says Desu, and a lot of people really hammered this Food Shops person when this happened, and this was back in February.
mainly because of the reason that I was panicking. And obviously, I don't stand by that anymore, right? Because I realize it is irresponsible.
This guy's
now,
dying, listen.
If you want to talk about how, okay, so I basically brought up, hey, by the way, therapist person, I consume lolly. And my therapist is like, whoa, okay, all right. So, and I'm like, okay, but my POCD gets triggered when I consume lolly. So I try to avoid lolly.
You think about what POCD being triggered means. It's not good, my friends. This is having thoughts about kids. That is what it is, right? These people are sick. There's this thing they made up, the term MAP, the term POCD. These are all just terms to hide that they are PDFs, okay? They may or may not act on it. I don't even want to know. But when those thoughts are in your head isn't working correctly, okay?
Just mainly because, you know, it triggers my POCD, it triggers anxiety.
Okay, so they get a lot of anxiety over it. Now, we're going to stop listening to this because it's just more of that, and it's just kind of gross. Why am I bringing up this food shops person? Look, this is Kirsche, again, replying to Rev Says Desu. This is someone that is not in Asmongold's circle necessarily, but was talked about by Asmongold, and of course highlighted this POCD thing, and people hammered it, called it PDF stuff. The POCD community, the maps, they try to say that they are not PDFs. They are. I think we can all agree that they are. That's my personal opinion, allegedly, blah, blah, blah. Okay? This is what they are. They are disgusting, perverted, nasty. Now we have Proctor Zakharov. Good person as far as I know. Okay? Not one of those. But, so I've kindly been provided with some info by sleuths who have more patience for wading through sewage than I do, and it is absolutely sewage. In the screenshots below, you will see Anna in 2020 admitting in public that they experienced these urges, PDF urges, in the form of POC-D. POC-D is a quack diagnosis designed to normalize PDF that excuses the consumption of actual CP. My friends, that is what it does. It has come to be used by many former denizens and notorious PDFs, normalizing communities like Nambla, Map, Verpid. There we go. I don't even know what VIRPED is, but if it's associated with these people, I know enough. Now, let's go down right here. 4 years after admission, AV is simply claiming an interest in age play. This is recent. Age play. It's where you pretend to be little, or you're the older one dealing with someone who's pretending to be little. This is age play. They openly state they're supported by and regularly use FAKKU, a hentai distributor with dedicated sections of Lolicon and Shotacon and whatever. AV's primary, this is Anna Valen, every time he says AV, by the way. Primary creative output is smut, and it's endless. It is endless. This person lives, and all they think about is smut and sex. And of course, when they're a PDF sympathizer, what do you think they are consuming, my friends? What do you think they're consuming? We only see what he's saying out in the open. Imagine what he's doing in private, and I know behind closed doors, whatever, but that is the kind of person. This is who is attacking Kirsche, okay? Because they are POC-D. And Kirsche outed a POC-D person and then had another follow-up video about POC-D and what is it? And they can't believe it's a real thing, okay? This is why Kirsche is being attacked. It's because she pointed out that these POC-D people are PDFs and outed them. And then, behind the megaphone of Asmongold and Rev Says Desu, a lot of people found out. Now, here's some of the things Anna Valen's talking about. I think I might do age play audios. Yuck, disgusting. And then common POC-D compulsions. We already went over some of this. It's gross. This makes a lot of sense. I never experienced CSA, although I did experience manipulation, exploitation by older teen when I was younger, which was when my POC-D symptoms really flared up. Oh, it just flared up, everyone. It's just some inflammation. That's all it is. So here's Madame Savvy, who goes into it a little bit more. Now, she did some digging and found this dude likes to go by the name of Anal Violence. So his name is Anal Violence and Anna Valens. Now, put those together, and I think you're starting to understand what kind of person this is. It's a dude cosplaying as a woman who has some serious fetish issues and is writing for Vice. So he's also writes non-consensual grape incest, and he does, okay? He played an online children's game where he knew children would be interacting with his character and triggering the vibrator. This guy played Fall Guys with a vibrator connected to his computer, so instead of it rumbling his controller, when people grab him and such, It rumbled his vibrator, which was, you can only imagine where a dude puts that thing. That is what this person was doing in a public lobby, and he wrote about it. Let's just hit up Savvy's recap, okay? Because I know a lot of you have already heard enough. He fetishes men who identify as trans getting into grape and cripple women in government-funded breeder farms. There's this whole recording that she has, and I'm not playing it because I think it will completely flag the video. It's horrendous. It is horrendous. Don't look it up, but if you absolutely must, go check out Madam Savvy's ex and just look through her media for the video. It's bad. It's really bad. He reduces women to breeders and thinks that women actually want that, and that's inside that too, where it's just a breeder farm of women. It's like they're treated like cows. Admitted in an article that he wrote and he played the online children's game and turned it into a sexual experience, claims himself to have thought of children, real human children. Okay, this is actual kids, because children cannot consent of this if this is rape. Now, let's just get into a couple of these screenshots to see a little more about this Anna Valens character. And again, this is all Asmongold's fault, okay? He highlighted this food stamps person, which drew the ire of this Anna Valens dude, who now is attacking Kirsche. And this is who Anna Valens is. This is the connection, folks. This is it. Now, here's just some of the stuff that this Valens character is writing. We got Force Femme starts MF. We had the Siscon Yuri stuff. I mean, it just goes on. And then over here, this is the article where someone was talking to Anna Valens, talking about the whole vibrator situation where Anna brings up, okay, he brings it up himself about the vibrator and was like, yeah, I did this in Fall Guys. It's absolutely freaking disgusting. And here's one where he's talking about professionally age play was a bit of a no-go for me in the 2010s and early 2020s. Agreement between me and editors that it was too hot to touch. Also, I personally needed more time to understand it. Now, again, it's too much to handle. And it's too much to write about. This is something that they were probably into. I don't have much writing up on the age play, but I'm very supportive of it. Having been a mommy-daughter dynamic that was personally extremely fulfilling, he was the daughter and enjoyed it immensely. This is a guy pretending to be a little girl in a mommy-daughter dynamic. This is who's attacking Kirsche. This is who people are listening to. This is who people are like, yes, cancel Kirsche. Look at who you're listening to. And it's time to just out these absolute freaks and get them the fuck out of the gaming community because they don't belong here. And here's just a little more. Cancel me if you must, LOL. But I didn't realize how much I would love mommy dommy age play until I started watching more mommy doms make mommy dom stuff. Not just one gender for the littles, too. I will just say this. I don't know what happens to a person's brain where it snaps and they just feel like it's okay to talk about this stuff in the open or think it at all, and that they actually make excuses and make these terms POC, D, MAP, and whatever else garbage, okay? But just know this, that I absolutely feel that this is why Kirsche is being canceled. Kirsche highlighted it, and then, of course, it was amplified by Asmongold, and it's his fault. So, like, people like Vice, people that are attacking Kirsche, or anyone like Kirsche, and Kirsche is, I'm sure, not a perfect person, but come on, some edgy humor jokes, and you can't take it, and you're going to listen to someone like Anna Valens. Please, you have Vice standing behind Anna Valens in some place called Waypoint that's also standing behind Anna Valens, but you're not going to stand behind Kirsche. You're going to try to take Kirsche out because Kirsche makes edgy jokes. Get a life. And I just think it's really important that we just kind of tie all this up and just remember that this is all Asmongold's fault. It's your fault, bro. And of course, Rev says you're not getting off so easy. But anyway, I realized this today when someone linked me something about this POC crap, and I saw it was about Anna Valens. I was like, what is this? I've covered this before. And it was because I covered that food stamps freak and Asmongold and Rev covering that before. Anyway, that's all I have. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell before you get out of here. I'm out of here. Love you, me to peace. Bye, everybody.